The video of today is not about if you are a boss or not. The video of today is about if you are the boss or not. Change! Hi everyone, this is Marco Gilardi. Today we are going to discover if you are the boss. Okay, so let's face what about the difference between being an employee, be a boss, or be the boss. Look, in our society, in our companies, there are a lot of boss, right? There are a lot of employee, but because in fact, if you think only one is the decision maker, think also about a CEO. A CEO sometimes, if linked to other main group company, right? If there is a company here in Luxembourg, for instance, or in Italy, or in Germany, but all are linked to the main headquarters in the world, then there is other CEO, right? If there is other CEO, they are not the last decision maker, because there is a strategy decided by the number one, the CEO number one. The owner of everything, the decision maker, is the boss. Only one is the boss. So the difference is quite clear. You know, there is quite big difference between a boss, okay, inside of one company, inside of one firm, and the boss. This is only the one. If he has the only power in the company, in all company in the world. We have a lot of boss in our society. We have a lot of boss in our companies, right? There is the manager, there is director of the director, there is head of the department. There is many level of boss. When you apply some things to HR, for a job position, there is maybe sometime a test to be done, psychological test, right? And this test never ever that happen that you are going to for a role like as a, I don't know, a manager, and or director even, and they discover, the HR discover from your file, from your application, okay, that your test, the result of the test, you are the boss. Because why? If they recognize that you will be the boss with this characteristic, they don't want you, of course, otherwise you are going to change the CEO, right, structure. So never ever will happen some things like this, okay? So anyway, if it happens that you figure out a very strong leadership, a very strong management skill, like the one which has the boss, then of course you are out. You are not continuous this phase of hiring phase, right? You will be out. You will not be the right person for this position, because it will be just a problem for the company. It is correct, like this, you understand? I mean, never ever the company will assume you like this because you will be the owner of the firm. So look, it's not that when you burn, there is a label written, you are the boss. Of course not. And probably now you are an employee, okay? You are dependent in a company. So now, how to face with this is a big issue, you know, because you feel inside some things that is not relevant for you. You want more. You want more. Unfortunately, you recognize, and at a certain time you start to recognize it, because the system you live never ever teach you about this. Never ever taught you about this. So the problem is that now you are inside of one environment that maybe you don't feel comfortable, okay? You don't like it. So you are going every day in a company to work for someone else and you don't like it. So how to deal with this? How to do with this? How to make your life better? First, you have to identify, you have to understand if it's really, this is the situation, okay? So if you are the boss, maybe not right now, but inside you feel that you are the boss. And this is, by the way, it's not because of you, it's not your issue, because you didn't recognize too late. No, it's not because of you, because the system around you teach you all the time, is teaching to you all the time how to be an employee. It's not teaching to you how to be the boss. At least you can be a manager, a boss in a company, which you will have another boss. All other boss, the difference is between a boss and the boss is just the article, because you just are or the number one or are dependent or you are an employee. You are always lower than someone else, except if you are the boss. And this feeling, probably now you feel, if you are the boss, you feel something strange inside of you. What I'm doing, where I am, why I'm here, why this level, why I'm not up. These things is some things that one day, if you are the boss, you will recognize. Probably now you start your job, you start in your company on a certain level, and maybe you are also responsible as a boss, right? But you feel that you can do more. So I wrote some things, some list of things that is the feeling of if you are the boss. Okay, and by the way, I want to underline this part. It's not your responsibility so far. Until you don't recognize it, it's not your responsibility, because the system around you allows you to think only one way, to be dependent, to be employed, never to be the boss. So now we are facing some things. You are working all the life, studying, university master, 2-3 master, so on, to be what? To be specialized in some things, because one company can hire you, right? But never you study some things to be the boss, okay? Because it's so rare also, okay? So, in this time, if you have this feeling, this video is for you. If you have this sensation, this burning inside, that you don't feel good in your company, there is some things you don't want to speak with your colleagues because you feel that you are the boss. Okay, this is the feeling that you have. If you have this, you look. There is people that don't like their job. Okay, so this is another things. I mean, but they like the level where they are. Okay, which you must respect. Of course, you must respect each level in the company, because all are person. But in terms of burning inside, this is some things that is natural. It come later because you cannot recognize soon, but because you think that the right way is just the job. You need to get a job. I need to get a job. I need to get a job. That's what the family said, what the school said, what the master degree tell you. You must be specialized to be hired by someone. Okay, because if you study just elementary school, it will be difficult to be hired, right? And not because elementary school. Of course, you are not prepared on certain topic, right? So you need to study for that, okay? But you will know a lot of things, but probably you will not know how to apply if you don't work on it, okay? That's why sometimes it depends on which field, but normally, or you have experience, or you have some specialization in some things. And the difficult things that is going with the time, the specialization is maybe recognized better. Why? Because there is some things that in the past was not used, like computer, all this system, all this technology, and maybe who did a master now know more, okay? But sometimes who did a master is managed by who has elementary school, right? But he have a lot of experience because he's the boss, okay? So doesn't matter, doesn't reset everything. Feel what you have inside. Feel what you have inside in a company. If you don't feel good, change. Is this the way? You cannot make all life. If you are not good in a scenario, in a situation, inside of one sector, inside of one team, if you don't feel good, you must change because there is opportunity also for you. So that's why the video I have done today. I want to give you one opportunity because no people is speaking about that. No people is talking about that because you are part of one system which provide you one scenario, and the scenario is to be employee. That's the point. Hey, look, if you don't clarify inside of you these things, it will be a problem. It will be a problem for you, and if you are employee, also for your manager, for your company. Why? Because you have this sensation, but you are in the wrong place, and you are not motivated anymore to work for your manager. So also your manager, also your company will not be happy about you. And in fact, they are right. Why? Because if you are paid because one manager wants you to do some things, right? Okay. So because you are dependent, you are employee. Okay. In this phase, if you want change but you are still employee, then it doesn't work, because you will work bad for your company. So you are even a bad employee and risk to be fired. So pay attention about this. If you have this feeling, if you are ready to take this responsibility, then you have to decide and leave it. Okay? You cannot do both things long time. Okay? Because the feeling is burning you and you are not motivated. When you are not motivated, you are getting depression, you are going to get stress. You don't want to listen. No one suggests you some things. Okay? So I write it down now. Around 10 points concerning what is the feeling, how to recognize if you are the boss. So let's start. Point number 1. You feel disturbed if someone is telling to you what to do, because you have a different vision. This is point number 1. You hate doing little stuff. This is point number 2. To do little stuff, because the boss has some things, a big vision about all the company. You have the feeling that you have to think about the strategy against the competitor. Okay, the big boss think about to dominate the market. He's not thinking about, hey, can you print this file? Hey, can you update the system? Hey, can you restart the machine? Hey, can you write it down a list of stupid stuff? You are the boss. You feel this. You feel disturbed to do some things. Okay, that's the problem. That's the things that you can recognize. Point number 3. You don't like someone give you suggestion. And by the way, the boss already told about everything. I already told about the suggestion someone is telling, and I already know that this suggestion doesn't work. I already think. So arrives someone and is telling you, this is the solution, why you don't do it? Hey man, I already thought about this. I already over, because I am the boss. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, you feel these things inside of you, and you know very well what I'm telling to you, right? Probably. You start to recognize you are the boss. Point number 4. People remark on your attitude without you ask. Someone is coming to you, hey, maybe it's better if you do like this, it's better if you do like this, it's better if you move in this mode, it's better you go there, it's better. Hey, I'm the boss, I know what I have to do, I know what other people have to do. Do you think I don't know what I have to do? I know very well, so why you are coming? Who you are, my colleagues, you are in the same my level. What you can teach to me about my attitude? Did I ask to you? Did I come to you? That, hey, I have a problem. By the way, when sometimes someone is coming to you telling his problem, doesn't mean that you have to give a suggestion, right? Someone wants just some time to be, that you listen him. Just listen, please. Just listen. Don't tell me the solution, because maybe I know. But just I want to tell you the fact. That's the fact. Happen like this. Look at this scenario. I don't like. You understand? Something, just someone wants to speak with you. This is not only in the business. Every time the bad things is unfortunate that also in the family, everywhere, you are going to someone to tell, hey, that's the problem, what's happened. Bam, in 2 seconds, with the really cheap way, the people is telling you what you have to do. I didn't ask. Just you have to close your mouth and listen me. Just this. But in the business, when you're speaking, it's someone that doesn't know you, don't know you, the people don't know you, and they are telling you what you have to do. You want just to listen. You need to listen just a bit. It's not so complicated. Why you are giving suggestion to someone, right? Hey, I broke the car. But you didn't go to mechanic. I know that I didn't go to mechanic. Otherwise, the car will not be broken, right? So, all these people, all master, but they are not master, even for their life. This is horrible. That's bad. That's bad. But this is our society, and you have to deal with this. So, you want continues to be employed or not? Or to be the next boss? So, point number 5. This is basic. This is basic. You're not motivated, of course. As I said to you before, you're not motivated also for little stuff, for do dumb things. Come on. You are the boss. You feel inside that, hey, I have to think where I have to move the company next year. It's not about I have to do some things that someone is telling to me. And even you see already a better vision on that, and you don't like this approach. This is horrible. This is horrible. You have to do some things that is completely wrong, you don't like to do, and your boss is telling to you that. You know what I mean? If you have this sensation, you are probably the boss. Point number 6. You want to do more than your career. I mean, you are not happy just to think that, okay, today you are a worker, tomorrow you will be, I don't know, the responsible of the worker, and the 5 years after you will be the director of all the workers. But you will have the CEO that is telling to you, hey, do this, do this, do this. So, you are not thinking about your career. Your career is just to be the boss, to open your business, to open what you want. Because you know it will work. Point number 7. You consider also the other departments. What I mean? I mean that you are working in your unit, in your team, which is in one department, right? But you know that based on what you are going to decide, what you are going to do also with your team, if you are working, if you do some things, you are going to think also about the other department impact. What does it mean? Integration. In the project management, this is the key factor. Okay, so integration. You are thinking that if I do this action in my department, what's happened in the other department? Which impact they will have? Maybe I can find a solution which it works for my department, but also it works for all the company. This big vision, only the boss has. Okay, so this is another point which will open your eye to say, probably you can be the boss. Point number 8. This is advanced. You start to think to open your business. That's point number 8. Because you have the sensation, following all the people involved around you, that you can do better. You can do better with another strategy, with another mentality, with other resource than the one around you that doesn't collaborate. They're thinking just their desk. Okay, they don't have a big vision. Okay, they're just covering their task to be covered. Okay, to say, hey, the other is responsible. You want to change this, and therefore you start to think your own business. This is another important point. Point number 9. During a meeting discussion with the management and so on, you want to say the last sentence. You want to say the last sentence. Because you won't have the last word, decision maker. Because you feel that you can decide for the business, the whole business, not only for your task. So if someone remarks, you want to say, hey, this is the right way. And it's true, probably. It's true if you are the boss. Point number 10, the last point. You want to change all the company and you think your colleagues are not working efficiently. So, without say, of course, maybe there are people that are working more than you. Okay, they are working more than you, more harder than you. The problem is that there are someone that is not so efficient. Okay, there are someone, and if you start to have this feeling and disturb you, then you want to change all of this company, because you think like as you are working like as in your company. Okay, so of course you are not going to the CEO to say, hey, look, this person is not working as it should work. Of course, it's not nice. It's not. I mean, every person has a relation, has contract. You should not do it, because every person has contract, and they should speak directly with his manager. If you have a colleague, you have to speak with his manager. You cannot go to speak. If he doesn't do his job, this is not your business. As employee. That's why I put this last point. Because once you feel that you are the boss, you are going to think everything as the company is yours. That's the big things, okay? That's the big difference. If you have in this list all this feeling, probably you are the boss. So make the right decision now. Pay attention about one very important thing. If you are employee and you are also the boss, I mean not the boss of your company, I mean the boss that you feel that you are the boss for the next step of your life, the important thing is that you have to pay attention about this. You are not the boss now. You are not the boss now. You are employee. You still have to work for someone else, and you must respect this. Otherwise, what's happened? Happen that you are not going to do your job right. You are not going to do correctly your job. If your manager, if your boss today say some things to you, hey, do it, you don't have to remark. You have to do, you have to act. I know that the burn inside, I know that this sensation will disturb you a lot, but that's the good point to do. Why? That's the best way for you to understand if you really are the boss. And by the way, you have to respect your contract, right? You are employed. You're taking money every day. You need to work for that money as you sign. You have to respect this. So first is for a reason of to be honest, to keep your word, to keep your contract. Okay, you sign some things. You have to respect this. Okay. So apart of this, there is also the fact that it's not constructive if you are every 2 seconds your manager say to you, do it, and you say no, it's better the other. Even if it's better, he is responsible of you. Okay, so if he's responsible, do what he say. Why? If happens some things, he's responsible, not you. If you do different, you are lower level and you take one responsibility of your manager. If you failed, your manager will not cover you. Initiative has to be discussed with your manager, right? You cannot take change or just make some things because you don't have any more motivation. This is your problem. You take the risk. Fire yourself, stop the contract, exit from the company, leave the company, right? And do what you want. But you sign a contract to be employed. So you cannot go against these things, because you will work bad for your company. You will be, I know that you will be inside one bomb, you want to destroy everything. But unfortunately, you have to respect your contract, because you are taking money for this. Okay? If you are working free of charge, I can understand, but it's not the way, it's not the case. So, at the moment, you are still not the boss. And the risk is that you can be a bad worker also. Okay? So, then you are really doing some things wrong in this time. So, the most important thing is that all this burning, all this desperation that you feel inside, you feel failure because you cannot actually now change and be the boss. Keep all this energy you have inside, and if you really feel that you are the boss, then use this energy to do the next step. And the next step is open your business, boss. Hey, I know very well how is the feeling now if you are the boss. I know very well if you are employed, but inside of you there is the next boss in the world. I know how is the feeling. Stay relaxed, try to control as much as possible. You can make a plan, you can do a plan, you can apply everything you know in parallel, okay? Out of your business hour, you can do everything. Now, I know very well that your mind, your body, your atoms, your spirit is impacted by these bad things that inside you are a boss, while now you are still employed and someone is telling to you what you should do, what you should clear, what you should do, what you should make, what you should apply. Even if you know or not, even if it's right or not, even if you will not have any more career on that company or not. Even the important thing is your feeling, what you feel. And I can understand you very well. And I'm here to promote you, and I'm here to stimulate you, and I'm here to say to you, with my video, with each video, what you can do more if you want, instead of stay bad, because the system around you didn't allow you to even to think about that. Study, work, university, master, because you have to work, you have to find one company have to find you. Please job, please job. This is the system. Hey, by the way, I don't disagree concerning who want a job, because this is a feeling. Is not about some things that is better to be boss or is better to be a worker. Doesn't mean nothing. This is about your feeling, because you have to live with that. You have to do every day the same job. I'm not speaking about who work more, okay? Because it depends. But the thing is that every day you are going to one company, and if you are not happy, it's a nightmare. I know very well, it's a nightmare. This life, we have the nice chance to have this perfect life. Okay, it's a perfect. It's not that it's not perfect. We make us not perfect sometimes. The life is perfect. But the system, of course, is doing its job. Of course. You imagine if everyone is a boss in this world. It can be possible. Who is working for the boss? Themselves. So there will be no boss. It's not possible. So just few people can be the boss. And that's why I'm telling you that the system cannot help you. Of course, it's the role of the system to don't create too many bosses. Right? Cannot be too many bosses in this world. So the important point is your feeling. And if your feeling is that you are the boss, I'm with you about that. I believe in you, and start to think to open your business, because I'm sure you are the next boss. Hey, look, this is an opportunity. The life is an opportunity. Why, if you have this feeling, you don't have to believe in your dream? Why you cannot apply it? Why? Who said no? The system? Yes, the system makes its job. We say it right now. But why you are not doing it? Why don't take this responsibility? With you, with your family, with the people you love, with your society, why don't take this responsibility? What are you waiting? If what you have done doesn't work so far, if what you have done make you always sad, why you don't change? If you don't risk now, when you will risk? How many years you have? 20, 30, 40 years old. If you don't risk now, when you will risk in this life? Change. When you are underground, then you don't have any more chance. What I believe, what I know. Okay, the life is changed. There is a partnership. People is helping you. You are helping other people. Okay, right? Like as I'm doing right now with you. So there is a community after of the boss. Okay, so just the problem is that you have to decide. You must to decide to take this train or not. You will take this train or not. And if you take, what's happened? Look, what's happened if you wrong everything? If you didn't understand everything? What's happened? You are going under a bridge. Do you think you can die? Do you think that someone can leave you? If you have at least one sister, one brother, one father, one mother, one uncle, someone, go, broke the door, enter. There is no problem, they will take you. They cannot live in front of the street, okay? If they do, there will be other people that can help you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, Okay, you can always restart. If you believe in yourself, you can always restart. So look, this channel is a bomb of positivity for you. That's why I suggest you to subscribe, but you are not obliged, of course. It's up to you. There are some trains that are coming. You can take or you can lose. Maybe there will be the next, maybe it will be better, maybe not. So why? If it's free, take everything. It's possible to be the positive things, right? So that's why I'm telling you subscribe in this channel. But anyway, this is up to you. The things that is important for me today is the speech that I have done. These 10 points which we see. If I could touch you a bit, if I could touch your heart, your spirit, if I move some things inside of your body, your thinking, your mind, probably you are now the next boss.